My next guest is a lightweight contender from Houston, Texas, and on January 21st, he'll fight Tracy Reeder at Fury 85 in search of his 7th professional victory. He joins me on the People's Show. Once again, Hector Saenz joins me. Hector, that intro took like 3 or 4 different cuts, man. I don't know. You make me nervous, man.
Hey,
I don't know why.
you got it, bro. You ended up getting it, bro. Appreciate you for having me, man.
Hey, it's an absolute pleasure. And Hector, let's pick up on the Nick Compton fight. You were on the show. I asked you about this matchup. This was earlier this summer. And this fight goes to 15 minutes here. Tell me a little bit, when you look back on that Nick Compton fight today, what are your thoughts at, and how happy were you with your performance?
I really wasn't happy with my performance at all because, I mean, like we said before, I didn't get to finish, and I was expecting to go in there and to finish that old man, but I didn't. So I felt like it was just like a letdown to myself and to the people that came out and supported me. You know, I was expecting that I'd get a cool finish. I get like a badass bonus, like another private label bag. I get my chance to get on the mic and, talk my shit, and I just didn't get that. And I just like walked out of the cage like, yeah, cool. I mean, I got the dub. Um, I'm okay. I didn't get hurt. I ended up getting cut, but as far as that, it was just like I walked upstairs and I was just like, man, what the fuck was that? Like, I know I can do better, and I didn't go out there and perform the way that I should have, and I didn't get the finish. I got the dub, which is cool and all, but still, it's like my whole goal is to get to the UFC and to compete with those athletes at the top, and there's no way I'm gonna get a call if I'm not finishing dudes like Nate Compton, and it's like it was just very upsetting, but whatever. I got back to the gym, like as soon as my stitches got out, so I was able to get back to training and fix all the mistakes that I had made. And so, yeah, I mean, it was cool. I went the full distance. I got like more time under my belt. I went 15 minutes. So I gained more experience, but still, it's like I don't want to go in there to fight 3 rounds. I want to go in there and get him out of there in the first or second. But it is what it is. I'll take it. Dub's a dub. So it was nice. I was still able to go out afterwards and enjoy time with my friends and family and celebrate. But yeah.
2023, Hector, like you've been incredibly active this year and you've been incredibly successful this year. Like overall, like as we get ready to head into 2024 and we get ready to take on this next fight against Tracy Reeder, are you mostly happy with how this year worked out for you?
Yeah, man. I mean, I took a loss early in the quarter of this year. I fought 3 times this year, which is like I'm pretty happy with that. I'd say that's pretty active than most fighters. I did lose in March, but then I bounced back in May and in August, so that was cool. It would have been nice to get all 3 wins, but things just didn't work out that way. But overall, I was happy because I was safe. I was healthy. I was able to stay healthy, stay in the gym, stay active, and just took on all the opportunities that I was given. And I wanted to fight one more time. I was trying to squeeze in and get in on that December 3rd card, but things just didn't work out. So I told the promoter, I'll just fuck it, get me on as early as you can, early next year, and we were able to get things done in January. So that's what I'm looking forward to now. But yeah, overall, it was a good year. It was a good year for me. I'm blessed and happy.
I would say so. I'd say that you solidified yourself amongst like the top 155ers in the country. You look at like what it is that you've accomplished and who you've been going out there and competing against. Like Nick Compton, you're talking about a guy, he may not have the best record, but he's got a ton of experience over you. And like you're not fighting like these like real easy guys that you could potentially be fighting. Like you're taking really tough fights, and you're doing that again here on January 21st when you fight Tracy Reeder. Tracy Reeder, is this like a name that you've kind of been thinking about for a while? Like, is this a guy that you knew you were going to fight one day, or did his name come out of left field?
So when we were trying to get on the December 3rd card, I was given an opponent, but it just didn't really like excite me. I didn't. I was just like, it was just kind of one of those like other fighters with an upside down record. Don't get me wrong, he's a dog, but it's like it's just not really. It doesn't really interest me. And I gave Eric a list of names, and Tracy was on the list because he's on a hot streak. He's got a great record. Um, and I'm thinking like, I want guys that could potentially be going to the next level, and I want to be there to stop them. And so I gave him a list of names, and he ended up, Eric ended up going through with it for January. So I was like really happy with that. It's like I'm getting what I want. So now I just got to take care of the rest.
So let's talk a little bit about Reeder. Reeder's 7-2, a very talented guy, just like you. I think stylistically, I think of wrestling with him immediately, right away. I think of wrestling. And then with you, I think of like striking. And then I think of like offensive grappling. I think of submissions with you. Like when you think about like this matchup, is that like more or less like how you anticipate him approaching you, like trying to employ a wrestling heavy game plan against somebody like you?
I mean, I expect it, yeah, but I try not to fall so in love with it. Like, because I did look at his record. He's got 3 knockouts, he's got 3 submissions, and I think like I don't know, 2 decision wins or some shit like that. So it's like I'm not really like too much focused on the wrestling aspect because he could come out and like probably land a couple shots. So I'm not sleeping on him. I'm definitely prepared to like wrestle if that's where it goes, but I'm more so focused on like me and my preparation and just going in there and doing my shit and stopping whatever he's got planned. So I mean, if he wants to wrestle, then fuck it, that's where we'll go, and we'll see how well I can match up against his wrestling, and I'll see how well he can match up against my striking. But yeah, everyone that I've talked to so far, like my coach is like, oh, he just looks like a wrestler and this and that. I was like, yeah, but you know, um, I want to go in there bang, and if it goes to the floor, then it's gonna be a scrap too. So I mean, we'll see. I mean, I'm prepared for everything. I'm a martial artist. I train for everything. Like I go to a boxing club. I get my MMA rounds, and then I go to a wrestling club. I do my jiu-jitsu. Like I train for it all. So I mean, I'll be ready for wherever the fight goes.
Who have been some of your main training partners for Reeder?
I know he's a southpaw, so I just like match up with all the southpaws that we have in the room, and I tell them like, like don't be scared to hit me. Like hit me as hard as you can, and if you can, like just level change and try to take me down as many times as you can. Like just really try to get my ass to the floor if you can. And so it's like I'm like training myself to get those level changes, get those lugs. But I mean, I really just stayed away from the orthodox fighters from the gym and just gotten closer with the southpaws, the longer southpaws, and I got a couple good training partners that helped me. Jonathan Davis, he's a 35er, but he's long and lanky, and I just like he's got really good striking, so he keeps me sharp. And then we got a couple of fighters like Denzel. He's an amateur. He's gonna be making his way to the pro scene pretty soon too. So and that's really it. I mean, I just try to get matched up with the southpaws. Tell them, hey, level change on me. Try to take me down. Try to hit me as hard as you can, and that's it.
What are going to be the things that you need to do to get a victory over Reeder? Like, what's it going to take? What are like the non-negotiable things that you're going to need to do in this fight to get a win over a guy like this?
I gotta go in there and pressure him. Hopefully, make him shoot, and if he shoots, then I'll have a nice little treat for him that's gonna sneak up the middle. So that's my game plan. I talked to a couple of other people that I fought him too. They gave me some like tips and here and there on how to beat him and shit like that. But like again, at the same time, like I'm ready to go in there. Like I'm not trying to go in the mindset with like how to beat him. I want to go with the mindset like I want to show off my shit. You know, he's just a object standing in front of me where I get to go and show off, and he's just gonna be my little puppet. You know, and do whatever I want. Fucking just like it's gonna be a big card. I expect there to be a huge crowd. So, and I'm like the co-main, so it's like right, like because towards the main event, you notice like the arena starts to like clear out, everybody starts to leave. But I'm like the co-main, so like I think it'll still be a packed house where I'll be able to set the tone for the co-main event and then the main event. So
Hector, I'm looking forward to the performance, sir, on January 21st. A win over this guy that would put you at 7-1. And when I think about guys with 7-1 records, two things come to my mind. I start thinking about title shots. I start thinking about, well, what's next? Are we available for Contender? Are we available for a short notice call up to the UFC? With a 7-1 record, like where do you think? What do you think would be next for you?
with a record like that, I've seen like there's been a couple fighters that I've seen in the UFC with like a 7-1 record or even like 6-0, 4-0. You know, just guys with records like that in there. You know, and it's like if I can go out there January 21st and get the finish that I need, it'll put me in a good position to get the call. I mean, I love Fury and I love everything that Eric's done for me, but I don't want to stick around there for too long. If you know, I would really just I'm trying to change my life. I want to make some money. I want to like I'm trying to like chase these dreams. So like getting the call is would be fucking amazing. But if I don't get the call, you know, then fuck it. I'll ask for a title shot, and hopefully that'll make it. That'll, you know, that could be done too. Because I don't want to just fight to fight. You know, I want to fight for something. You know, I want to fight for the call or for a title shot. So we'll see, man. Like I just got to go out there and handle my business January 21st, and then we'll go from there.
Well, January 21st, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you either A, go to the fight if you're in the Houston area, and if you're not, you can watch it anywhere in the world on UFC Fight Pass. Hector, before I let you go, I want to give you the opportunity, sir. If there's anyone that you'd like to thank or any sponsors you'd like to shout out, let's do it.
I want to thank my team at 4 Ounce Fight Club, Aslant Boxing with Coach Jose Vasquez, Andrew Spencer, Justin Flores, all my training partners, all my sponsors at Gulf Coast Towers, El Tiron Trailer Trucking Company. I'm trying to think, no, I think I'm good. Yeah, and I appreciate you. Appreciate y'all, man.
I did want to ask Colby Covington versus Leon Edwards. Who do you got in that fight?
Man, man. That's a tough one, man, because I like both. I really do. I like Leon striking. I like him as a person. And I also like Colby. Like he's a fucking dog, and you know he just doesn't give a fuck either. Like, and you know I really like that. And, man, it's hard to pick because you know at the end of the day, I got to go with the striker. I'm a striker myself, so I want to see how the strikers do up against the wrestlers. But then again, it's like, man, Colby's got that dog in him, and it's gonna be hard to put him away. And it's just like but it's like I think I'm gonna. I love Leon, but it's like I got to go with the home team too, baby. So let's go USA.
All right. Well, there you have it. Hector, I appreciate you pulling up, my friend, and I look forward to having you back really soon.